What's good, everybody? It's your boy Cassius, aka Cash, aka Cash Money, aka Curryville Cash, aka Funny Money. You already know what it is. And I came up with a little idea, something I wanted to bless y'all with for the holidays. You feel me? Help y'all get through this second half of the quarantine. It's just a compilation video of all my sets and shows and open mics I did over the summer during this pandemic. And at first, man, I looked at them as a bunch of throwaway clips. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I say throwaway clips, it's not because they trash, but clips that I would just use to study and perfect my craft, and really wouldn't show anybody. But I feel like after watching some of these, man, I feel like it does. I should just put these all together and put them out there because I feel like it does a really good job at painting a picture of what it was like to do comedy during the pandemic. Because for all my comedy brothers and sisters out there, man, y'all know this shit was hard. This shit was hard as hell. And doing comedy is already hard, you know what I mean? Going up there and bearing all in front of people. But doing it in the middle of a fucking park or on the piers or on a sidewalk, wherever the fuck, you could find to do comedy at, it was even, added a whole different element to it. So, yeah, man, because you're going to bomb. Everybody going to bomb. That's what they always tell you. You're going to bomb. You're going to bomb at some point. But ain't nothing like bombing in the middle of a fucking park with a whole bunch of random people watching you. People walking by and shit, people playing music in the background, homeless people talking shit during your set, whole bunch of shit, man. I dealt with it all. We seen it all. And like I said, man, hopefully this compilation video does a good job at painting a picture of what that was like, doing comedy and doing all this shit during this pandemic, trying to make something funny out of such a depressing moment, yeah, man. I threw some clips in there of some of those weird experiences that I'm talking about right now, like a homeless person trying to talk to me in the middle of my set, and bombing, and people trying to play, niggas is playing music during my set and shit, like, cutting me off and all of that shit, man. Like I said, man, I done seen it all, I done went through it all, and I feel like that shit made me. So, hopefully, y'all get that same type of feeling or whatever. Or, at the very least, hopefully this makes you laugh a little bit, cracks you up a little bit. Like I said, hope you get through the second half of this little pandemic. And worked really hard on this video. Tell me what y'all think, you feel me? Peace.
Clap it up for Cassius Clay, everybody. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Clap it up. There's no Jersey in this bitch.
Man, put up to a comedy show in an alleyway, I don't know if I'm doing comedy or I'm copping off a shady weed dealer. I don't know if I pull up a 25 for an eighth or I get ready to put my mask on. I don't know. I apologize in advance for any stuttering, voice, anything that's associated with being drunk or high, because I am both.
As you should.
I pulled up to the club. It was so funny. I pulled up completely sober. I swear, I didn't have anything before I pulled up. Then I had a few conversations around with the crowd, and within 30 minutes, I felt myself on a level on which I'm probably not the most comfortable being on. I talked to that guy right there with the Mets hat. He's not paying too much attention. But I talked to that guy with the Mets, and I'm a Yankees fan.
Go Mets!
So that kind of took a lot. Oh, you're... Now I'm talking to this side of the audience. Alright, see, now I'm talking to the Bronx Bombers over here. Now it's my type of people. But yeah, I'm talking to the Mets guy, and as a Yankees fan, it's kind of hard, because, you start prejudging the dude already. Like, you start meeting him, you're like, you're a Mets fan, you're probably a Jets fan, you're probably a Nets fan, I probably already don't like you. You always start prejudging the dude. Man, it just feels good to be out here. It just feels good to be performing. It feels good to be out here talking and associating with human beings. Like, my right hand is finally on a mic instead of something else. It just feels good being out here, The coronavirus was a son of a bitch, right? That was some ugly, nasty shit. That shit, if the coronavirus was a city, it would be Trenton, New Jersey.
This pandemic has really just fucked up things for everybody, and This is a message from all black and brown people. Welcome to being broke, white people. It's a cool party down here, you know? Yeah, it's funny watching the news and you seeing like white people run around like, oh, what are we going to do with all this messed up credit? How the fuck am I going to buy this? How am I going to do that? Like, this is when you start putting shit in your kids' names, all right? Like, we've been doing this shit for years. By the age of 10, I paid off 2 cars and a house.
I was high the other day. I had the munchies. I was just eating a bunch of food and shit. And I started like wondering like certain things. Like maybe you guys can answer this question for me. Like, do white people get the itis? Like, I don't know why. I just imagine white people eating like hella food and just getting up and performing like mad tasks afterwards and shit. Like black people, we can't do that shit. Like, all employers should know that first hour after the break ain't shit getting done. and the rest of the day depending on how good the fucking meal was. Being black in America has, you know, there's a lot of adversity and problems that you have to deal with on a day-to-day basis, you know. You have to deal with, you know, police brutality, pay discrepancies, and, you know, big dick problems too, yo. Like, these are some real fucking problems that nobody talks about in the community, but, you know, like, I'm getting tired of, like, not being able to wear shorts and shit, always having to tuck my dick into my socks. Like, taking shits, have to throw my shit over my shoulder and shit. Like, damn, bro, this shit is, it ain't easy. It ain't easy.
Girlfriend's very spiritual. Any spiritual in the house? Or outside in the park, spiritual? Yeah. See, spiritual women are dope, but they just have no accountability. Like, whatsoever. One time, me and my girlfriend got into an argument about absolutely nothing, right? And then like an hour later, she comes back and she's like, yo, my bad, you know, like Mercury's in retrograde and like, no. What the fuck does Mercury, Mars, and Venus have to do with you being an asshole on Earth? You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes no fucking sense. Like, if you was in that logic, you know that girl you caught me talking to, it wasn't really my fault. My Venus and my Mercury weren't lined up, so my communication and love wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? I was saying I love her, but not because I love her, it's because I love you. It's just that my Mercury wasn't in alignment, you feel me? So
this feels great to be out here. It feels good. Damn, it feels good. I had an opportunity to go on a free vacation the other day. My homie going to my homie going to Haiti. I think he got some family or something down there. I don't know. But my homie going to Haiti, his girl was supposed to go with him, but she ended up having to work, so he had a free ticket. So he was like, yo, just come down. The hotel room already paid for. I got 2 beds in it. You know, whatever. Why you got 2 beds with your girl? Not my, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, like, you know, he's like, yo, just come down. You know what I mean? All you gotta have money for is food and shit like that. I'm like, bro, I ain't going down to Haiti. Niggas still getting robbed with muskets down there. The fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no vacation. It should only be called a vacation when the place that you going is better than the place that you leaving. You know what I'm saying? If you going down to Haiti, that's not a vacation. You on a refugee mission. What the fuck you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Everybody had dad jokes tonight. I don't know why that was the vibe, but it was very triggering for me. Anybody was raised by a single mother? Hell yeah. With my single mom people? You ever grow up and realize why your dad left? like I love my mother to death sometimes, but I'll be like, you know what? I kind of see where Cass is coming from. Like, I wouldn't have one to pull with this shit either, you know? 2020. Like, you know, like I said, you know, every year you usually hope for the next year. You're like, yo, this next year's gonna be dope. I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna, you know, get this money. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get a job. And then, like, it just got worse. Now, just at this point in 2020, I'm just hoping, like, you know what, I hope 2021 I'm just, like, alive. You feel me? Like, I'd be cool if I'm just, like, if I wake up and it's, like, January 1st, 2021, I'm like, all right, yo, that's a cool one. Like, it makes, this whole year just makes you more appreciative of, like, simple shit. You know, it's, like, going outside, going to the store, being able to dap up your friends and stuff without, like, you know, that weird, like, in-between space, you know? You know, that's another thing that nobody really talks about, like, meeting up with your friends and stuff during this pandemic, when that one friend pulls up with the mask on, it's like low-key disrespect. But it's like, I feel you though, but it's just still like, fuck you though. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh word, I'm just a dirty motherfucker. Huh? Like, you just think I'm nasty?
Man, a lot of weird, crazy shit is happening in the news right now. A lot of really weird shit is happening in the news. Like just the other day I heard Tory Lanez shot Meg Thee Stallion. What the fuck is that all about? Two of my favorite art. What the fuck? Like, now I don't even know which side to pick. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people on the news talking about why Tory even have a gun? Why Tory even have a gun? I mean, a nigga 5'3" and Canadian. I mean, I wouldn't take him that seriously if he wasn't strapped up. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and even then, I'll probably still be taught a nigga talking about, hey, yo, what you gonna shoot me, eh? What, you mad now, eh? I ain't taking that nigga that serious. Nigga up to my shoulder, if that. You know what I'm saying?
It's not even like because of political shit that the world is fucked up. Because like however you feel about Trump for the last 4 years, it doesn't really fucking matter. Like the whole world is just ass. Like the whole world is just going down like a shithole. Like the whole world looks like Trenton, New Jersey, and it's just like, damn, the whole world is trash. Like, fuck what happened in America. Like, England left the EU. You got like some weirdo dude in the Philippines. Like, I think the whole world was just like, you know what? 2020, let's just say fuck it. Like, it's like a desperate person after a relationship. You're just swiping right on everything on Twitter. Like, fucked around, got into like a 4-year-long toxic relationship. Now we're just hitting up our ex-boyfriend talking about, yo, neoliberalism, what's up? Like, let's try that out. Let's see. I don't know. You weren't that bad after all. This is my, I've been doing comedy now for about a year, right? Yeah. Well, about 11 months or so. About 11 months. And doing comedy, like, when I decided to do comedy, like, I've always been, in love with, like, stand-up comedy and watching comedy. But choosing to do stand-up comedy at the time that I did was so, like, stupid. Like, I love this. Like, I love being able to stand up and just talk to people and just have conversation and stuff. But, like, damn, I couldn't choose, like, a worse time to do it, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a horrible time to find a passion. Because, like, just as I found out that I loved this thing, I was like, oh, I gotta take it away from me. And I had to do this. Like, over the whole summer, I just, was just bouncing around doing open mics and stuff, like, around, like, in the city and stuff. And they were out in parks. Like, I was doing open mics in front of, like, people and, like, homeless people and shit like that. Like, I was like, damn, this is depressing. Like, you know how depressing it is not to hear this little bit of an echo? Like, I can hear myself. When I'm in a park in New York, all I'm hearing is, fuck you, suck my dick. Ah, yo, what are you doing with a fucking mic in your hand? And somebody's just, like, in the background playing, like, Frank Sinatra. This is literally a video that I have. This is not a joke. Like, this is honestly a video that I have. Like, you hear so much wildness in the background. Like, there was, like, a salsa, like, class going on to the side. And then on the other side, there was a Zumba class. They were beefing. They were trying to play the Zumba music better than the salsa music. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to get some bullshit dick jokes off. That was a bad scene. It was a horrible bad.
Yeah, some interesting people came out. It's that work. That's the national black dance, the two-step. As long as you hit that little two-step, you good. You can just vibe it.
Where my spiritual woman at?
Third eye?
Okay. I didn't wait all this damn time for a fucking ad to be playing going on shit, alright? I know I'm last, but nigga, damn, just give me a little bit of time. A minute 30 into my shit, an ad was playing? Must be ad. Damn, alright, back to the spiritual woman joke. Where's the spiritual woman at? Okay. I'm just absorbing this silence, you know what I'm saying? Like, just looking around. These dudes playing with car batteries and shit. There's piano out here. For what reason? Who fucking knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking shit. Still doing better than life. I would joke with you guys, but I'm fucking scared. You guys killed me last week.
audience? I don't know what Idris Elba just tried to tell me. Do I wet my change? No, I like it dry. All right, so I'm done talking to the audience. Back to my ribs. Somebody really not fucking with me. I'm good? I'm good? I'm good? You sure I'm good? I'm good? Then you've been hopping around all night touching everybody's blunt. I'm really forgetting what the fuck I had.
Talk that shit.
Right,
Talk that shit.
I'm gonna talk that shit. I'm gonna talk that shit on you. No. Let me hit that Henny just like you was hitting everybody's once. Man, yo. This... Oh. I really hit that Henny?
Alright, he's my driver. We gotta go back to Jersey.
That's the best set tonight.
Alright, now it was worth the wait. I ain't too yet. No, I'm pretty happy to be here. Happy to
This has happened to me during this pandemic. It's not even like pandemic related. My neighbor, their dog died. And around my neighborhood, I'm kind of like just like the neighborhood kid, you know. Whenever like somebody needs like some small handyman stuff done around my neighborhood, they always call me and I'll do it, whatever. And so I'm usually down to help no matter what the thing is, like plumbing, roofing. I'm doing a whole bunch of bullshit all around my neighborhood. So I got a call from my neighbor like, oh, my can you pick up Nella? That was the name of the dog. Can you come pick up Nella? She's really weak right now and she needs to go outside. I'm like, all right. So I go over there, see this dog. This dog, for lack of a better word, this dog is fucked up. This dog is like on his last. I'm just like, yo, I don't really want to pick this dog up. So I pick up this dog, put it outside. She doesn't get up. She's just laying there. I'm just like, all right, this is weird. So I pick the dog back up, bring the dog, put it back in his bed, and she's just like, all right, I'll call you if I need anything else. I'm like, yeah, just reach out to me. I'm right across the street. So 3 hours later, she calls me back, and she's just like, hey, yeah, Nella is acting really unresponsive, and can you come over? We want to take her to the pet hospital. I'm like, all right. So I go across the street. Her brother's there, and he's like, oh, come on, can you pick the dog up? At this point, I kind of wanted to be like, why can't you? But like, I'm the nice guy. So I'm like, all right, yeah. So I pick up this dog, some superhero shit. We hop into the car, and so we drive over to the pet hospital, which is only like 3 blocks away from my house. So you drive over to Westfield Pet Hospital on Morris Ave, and just as you pull into the parking lot, the whole ride there, mind you, I was thinking like, don't let this dog die on me. Like, not don't let this dog die. Just don't let it die on me. Yeah. You know? So we pull into the parking lot, all crazy, pulls a little sideways to a handicapped parking spot. He hops out the car. I kid you not. This dog looked at me in the face and just opened his eyes real wide, just closed his eyes, and just like breathed his last breath. And I was just like, fuck, yo, this dog had to die on me. Like, of all things going wrong with my life in 2020, it had to die on me. My lap was the perfect dying position. Like, when it laid down, it was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, it just looked at me like, yo, if it got this bad that I'm looking at this kid in the fucking face and I can't breathe, fuck it. So, and the story doesn't end there. So, like, this dog is like done. I'm like, fuck. So he opens the door on my side. He's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Yo, I don't. The dog's not here." And so this lady comes running out. She's like, "Oh, if you guys have an appointment or anything," he's like, "Yo, the fucking dog is dead." It's a serious situation, but that was hilarious. So, a nice lady, a nice short old nurse walks up. She's like, "Hey, do you guys have an appointment?" The fucking dog is dead, bitch. My fucking dog.
So she wheels out this like little doggy stretcher, which is crazy that they have. It was like, we don't have fucking public health care, but we can have a fucking doggy stretcher. So he picks up this, rolls out this doggy stretcher, puts this dead ass dog on the stretcher, brings it in. I don't know what they do for like 30 minutes. They come back out, you're like, yo, we think the dog is gone, but for like $800, we can try something. Which is like such a fucked up thing to say to somebody. Like, your dog is on his deathbed. Yeah. They know the dog is dead. And they're just like, yo, the dog's not breathing or whatever, but like, if you throw us some bread, we can fucking So my neighbor, he's like, yeah, do it. Do whatever you can. They come back out 15 minutes later, like, all right. You're like, yo, is he breathing? No, we came out the like your checking account info, your banking info. Are you paying with card or cash, sir? Like, what? This is ridiculous. Bring back my fucking dog. So she goes back in after robbing us for fucking $900, and she comes back out and she's like, yeah, the dog's gone. We're afraid that you guys lost the dog. He's like, what the fuck? This is some bullshit. Whatever. Do I get the $900 next? She's like, no, sir. I'm sorry. He's like, you bitch. So he's just mad as hell about this freaking dog, and I'm just mad as hell that I'm even here. Like, I'm mad. He's like, I have like now. I guess I have a body. Like, what do I do? Go to a tattoo shop and get a teardrop? Like, or just get like a small like paw print next to my eye. Like, I got bodies. Like, what the fuck? So, all right, this is the last bit of the story. This long, overdrawn story. It was even worse living through it. I promise you that. So they bring the dog out like this cardboard coffin thing, and it was also funny, but like sad, but like funny that like it was really in the shape of a coffin. Like, somebody made this. Like, this is somebody put like passion into like, how do I put this cardboard in the shape of like an actual casket? It was kind of cute. It was dope. So we brought this casket, we put this dead dog, and just fucking died on me. And we put it in the trunk or whatever, bring it to the house, and I pick it up, put it in the garage. And he's like, yo, if you don't mind, can you come by tomorrow or whatever and help us bury the dog? At this point, I really wanted to say, like, why can't you do that? Like, why do I have to be? These are, elderly people though, so, but they're not that old. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if you're old enough to like drive and vote, like, you can also bury a fucking hole, So, yeah, I'm like, just trying to be the nice guy. I feel like I can't say no, which is like my problem. I'm like, yeah, y'all come by no matter what. Yeah, sure, just hit me up right across the street. I wish I wasn't right across the street. And so tomorrow is the next day. I mean, they come by my house and knock on my door. I really was not about to go over there. And they knock on my door and they're like, hey, can you come by and bury Nella? I'm like, yeah, I'll put on my boots. That was the longest walk across the street like ever. Like, knowing that I just had to bury this animal that just died on me. Like, it's just like it's fucking with my head. And I'm in debt. So it was like, that was also an attitude, So I get across the street, start burying this freaking, like, this, what do they call it? Start, burying this grave or whatever for this freaking dog. And so in this story, like everything that could get worse just got worse from this point on. So I'm burying this, this hole on like the last hot day of the fall. And I'm just sweating, and I'm just like, yo, this is just horrible. Like, I'm really just grave digging right now. There's hella rocks. And so then he comes out, and he's just like, he doesn't come out. His sister comes out, and she's like, hey, Cassius, can you do me a favor? She's like really artsy and stuff, and all the other bullshit, spiritual, something. And she's just like, oh, Cassius, if you don't mind, she had like this little like ball of clay. She's like, if you don't mind, can you get a paw print from Noah? Oh, jeez. I swear to God, like, I can't make this shit up. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, can you just, open the box a little bit and just take her paw out and just like put a paw print on there for me, like to save like something from her? Why? This dog is fucking dead, yo. Like, just let it go. If it wanted a paw print, it would have left you a fucking paw print. Like, damn, like like little like keychain shit isn't enough. I'm like, all right, and I feel like I can't say no because I'm already here. I'm already so invested in this story. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Take this fucking ball of clay. So I'm like, oh shit. I crack open this freaking coffin, right? I'm wrapping with the tape and shit. Every fly in fucking New Jersey came swarming in. Oh, as soon as I opened it, it was just like, ooh, free food. Like everybody just got like an alert. Like it was like a fucking Chick-fil-A line. That shit was insane. So everybody comes swarming the fucking. I'm like, oh god. Then I'm like, grab its paw. I'm just like trying to reach around, like, cause I'm not trying to look in there. I'm just like feeling hella dead dog body. Like, so, I'm looking for this paw. I'm like, where the fuck is this paw? Where the fuck is this paw? I'm grabbing hella dog dick. Like, where the fuck is this dog's paw? And then she comes out after me, like, damn near crying and like searching for this dog's paw because I'm really not trying to look in the box. She's like, oh, you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. Forget it. It's like, fuck you. So I'm like, all right, rewrap this fucking box of tape. It's almost over, guys. Rewrap this box of tape. Rewrap the box with tape and everything. I try to put it in the hole, and the hole's not big enough, right? And this dog is a big dog. It's like a golden retriever mixed with some other shit. And it's a kind of a big dog, so I'm tired. I'm just like, I'm really just trying to get out of here. So I lazily put the box in the hole, and the hole wasn't big enough, right? So like the box fell like this. It slid out.
Oh shit.
So it's hella dead dog bite.
Oh man.
It's a dead dog bite, like word Cassius. You half-ass motherfucker. So I'm like, oh shit. Scoop this dead dog body back into it. Like slide the body back into the box or whatever. It looks really messy. Just cover the hole. I'm just like, all right, whatever. They're not gonna notice. This is the end of the story. So I'm like, yeah, they're not gonna notice or whatever. There's like half of like the dog's body laying out, right, of the box. All right, there's no reason to lie to you guys. I took the fucking body out the box. I just threw the box. So there's a body in the ground. So she hits me up like a week later. She's like, yo, Cassius, you wouldn't believe this. So like some foxes were just like in the backyard digging up this fucking dog. I think they got like a piece of Nella or something. There's like torn up pieces of cardboard all over the backyard, and there's like pieces of like dog body. I don't know how. I'm like, yeah, I don't know how the fuck they found it. It was in a box. It must have ripped the box. I'm just a horrible person. Everybody have a good night.
And that was it. Hope y'all liked it. Hope y'all had fun with it, you know what I mean? Because I had fun doing it for sure. And hopefully, like I said, it brought y'all into my world a little bit and showed you what it was like doing comedy during the pandemic and how that shit looked and how that was like. Because, man, this shit was hard. This shit was hard, man. And for all my comedy brothers and sisters out there, man, y'all know what I'm talking about, man. Doing comedy shows on sidewalks and parks, on the piers in New York and Jersey City and all of that, man, like, shit was hard. This shit was hard. But I had fun doing it. Like I said, man, this is what I love to do. I definitely found that out during this year, man. Like, if I'm willing to go through all of this shit to do it, man, I must fucking love it. And I do. I definitely do. Shout out to all my homies. Man, shout out to everybody, man. Definitely got to get some shout outs out there, man. Shout out to my moms. Shout out to my girl for coming with me to all of these shits, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my homies. Shout out to Vinny, Babacar, Ben, my big cousin Andre, what up? You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to all y'all for coming with me to all of these shits, because y'all witnessed firsthand what it was like going through all of this shit, trying to get organized and all that shit with everything so hectic and all the bullshit going on, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to all my comedy brothers and sisters down there in North Carolina. I see y'all, man. I started doing comedy when I was in college, still out in Raleigh, and I came back up here in March, moved back up to Jersey and everything with my family. But man, I still been keeping tabs on a lot of y'all down there in North Carolina. You out there killing it, man. Like, yo, Jacob Rice, you out there murking shit for real, bro. You out there putting that work. Shout out to my man's Gary too. Hardest working niggas in the triangle, for real, man. Like, man, shout out to everybody, bro. Shout out to everybody. If you was able to come to a show, and if you wasn't able to come to a show, that's cool. You feel me? Because this year was crazy. I understand. Just, you feel me? Y'all gonna catch me next year when we back in the clubs, you feel me, under some warm shit, you feel me, we don't gotta be outside, no more. And like I said, man, had fun doing it. Hopefully y'all had fun watching it, like, share, repost the video, show it to all your homies, all of that, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully it helps you and everybody else get through the second half of this pandemic, you feel me? Hopefully it made you laugh. Hopefully it made you, like I said, realize what it was like and how hard it was doing this shit in the middle of a pandemic when a homeless nigga trying to talk shit to you and a nigga look like Idris Elba and all this other bullshit you gotta deal with. You gotta deal with niggas playing the Jeopardy music and other bullshit during your set. You gotta deal with sirens. You gotta deal with a whole bunch of bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Like doing it outdoors, doing it out in parks, doing it out on the piers. Definitely, like I said, added a whole nother element to the shit. And for me, I love crazy shit. That shit built character. You know what I'm saying? It showed me, like, yo, if I'm willing to go through all of this shit for it, I must fucking love it. You know what I'm saying? Had fun. I can't be mad year one. Y'all gonna catch me year two. You know? Good night. God bless. Assalamu alaikum. One love. Peace.